The story continues, and we see that Hero's party and the others are fighting the dragon. Saturn then places a barrier around the dragon and Gashida hits the dragon with his arrows. Alancel then mentions that he never thought that he would be fighting side by side with the demons, and he states that it's strange that this is the first time he can fight with the heart of a hero. Grand Barza then attacks the dragon with a fire spell, and Alancel attacks it with his stick. Meanwhile, Dariel is surprised to see Bash Barza's new form, and he thinks that this form must be the side effect of using the hexes. Bash Barza then attacked Dariel, and Dariel blocks while fighting. Bash Barza mentions that Dariel is just an incompetent fool who can't even use magic, but he always smiles like nothing bothers him, and this infuriates him. Bash Barza states that he can finally get rid of Dariel, and Dariel mentions that they should stop this. Bash Barza doesn't listen to him, and he uses a wide-range annihilation magic to make a big ball of fire. Dariel thinks that he has to stop Bash Barza, and he concentrates his power into a single attack. Meanwhile, the others have completely exhausted the dragon, and they can't believe that Grand Barza took down a flame dragon with a fire attack. They then notice the power surges from Dariel's fight, and they wonder what's happening there. Iel then uses his concentrated attack, and he notices that the attack has helped to advance the progress of the hex. Bash Barza then attacks Dariel, and Dariel tells Bash Barza that he shouldn't make his father grieve more than he already is. Bash Barza tells Dariel to not utter the name of his father, and Dariel then starts seeing Bash Barza's memories. He thinks that Bash Bar is a synchronization magic must be out of control, and this might have formed a link between their minds, and that's why he is seeing Bash Barza's memories in his memories. Bash Barza looks happy, and he tells his father that he is also going to be one of the 4 generals when he grows older. Dariel then sees the day he met Bash Barza, and Bash Barza was 10 years old at the time. On that day, Grand Barza came home, and he brought Dariel with him. Grand Barza told Bash Barza to treat Dariel as an older brother, and this made Bash Barza sad because he knew that Dariel was spending time with his father while he was waiting for him to come home. Bash Barza then asked his mother to join the demon army to spend time with his father, and his mother refused to send him there, and she mentioned that he is going to attend the Magic Academy. Bash Barza graduated at the top of his class, and he was recommended to join the for generals. He was happy that he can finally walk side by side with his father, but his mother was disappointed that he is going to leave her just like his father in the army. Bash Barza saw Grand Barza again, and he assigned Ariel to help Ashbarza become the greatest general, but Bash Barza was depressed that he still couldn't stand side by side with his father even after all that he has went through. Dariel then thinks that Bash Barza has been alone all this time, and he wonders why he didn't realize that until now. Bash Barza mentions that he doesn't need Dariel's pity, and Dariel realizes that Bash Barza can hear his thoughts, and he thinks that the synchronization magic might work both ways. Dariel then tells Bash Barza that his father has always been worried about him, and he mentions that he was also troubled back then. Dariel then tells Bash Barza that he always felt out of place because he knew that Lord Grand Barza wasn't his real family, and he couldn't even use magic. He tried to always have a smile on his face to not cause any problems for Grand Barza, but when he met Bash Barza he became an older brother and Grand Bar's son, and he finally had a place to belong. Dariel mentions that he will support Bash Barza this time, and Bash Barza wonders if things would have been different if he took Dariel's hand that day. The side effect of the hex then starts to fade, and Dariel extends his hand to Bash Barza once again. Bash Barza tries to take Dariel's hand, but he notices that Salamandra is out of his control because the hex was disabled. Salamandra then absorbs the fireball in the sky, and he regains his power. Salamandra starts wreaking havoc, and Grand Barza wonders if this is the real power of the magical flame beast. Bash Barza then rushes to Salamandra, and he tries to control it by using the fusion hex. Grand Barza mentions that this hex is too dangerous, and he states that this can make him control the beast for a while, but soon Bash Barza will be absorbed by the beast. Bash Barza has accepted his fate, and he thinks that he has to pay for every wrong thing that he has done till now. Grand Barza then uses a hex to extract Bash Barza from the dragon, and Ariel uses Skyren to cut the connection between them. Zebiance then helps everyone with her wind magic, and we see that everyone is safe and the dragon has left the village. The scene changes, and we see that Marika is preparing a feast for the others, and her father thinks that she is getting too excited. Marika then notices that Dariel is coming and she goes to greet him. She tackles Dariel with her full force and they hug each other. The scene cuts and we see that Bash Barza is presented in front of the Demon King to answer for all the crimes that he has committed. The Demon King mentions that he has already warned him once, and Bash Barza apologizes for all the mistakes that he has made. He mentions that he is prepared to accept any punishment, and the Demon King opens a gate below Bash Barza. He mentions that the gate below him leads to the hell where all the general who have previously committed crimes are locked, and he gives Bash Barza two choices. He mentions that Bash Barza can either restart his career as one of the 4 general, or he can choose to join the other generals in hell. Bash Barza chooses to join the other generals in hell, and the Demon King wonders why. Bash Barza explains that the crimes he has committed are way past forgiveness, and the Demon King mentions that this is boring and he was hoping to drop him in hell. After giving him a moment of happiness, the Demon King then closes the gates of hell and he banishes Bash Barza from the demon army just like he banished Dariel. Bash Barza then meets Grand Barza and they go to Dariel's house. Dariel welcomes them both to his house and he asks them if everything went well with the Demon King. Dariel then introduces Bash Barza to his son Grand, and Lady mentions that Bash Barza's rampage has caused a lot of damage to Mithril Mine. Bash Barza states that the things he has done can never be undone and he apologizes for his mistakes. Gran then wakes up and he wants to be held by Bash Barza. Dariel hands Gran over to Bash Barza and he tells Gran that this is his older brother Bash Barza. Gran then calls Bash Barza's name and Bash Barza thinks that he wants to atone for his crimes. Kashida cries after hearing this, and Dariel introduces Kashida to Bash Barza. Lady then wonders if Bash Barza was also trying to find his own answer, and she mentions that she likes this kind of sentiment. Marika then states that this is the first time Bran has said anyone's name, and Bash Barza wonders if it was all right for it to be his name. Marika states that it's fine, and she mentions that today has become a happy day for them to remember, and Dariel then asks Kashida to make a portrait of them to remember this day. Kashida then paints everyone, and some people from the village come by to ask for Dariel's help. Later they have a party to celebrate the day, and the next day Bash Barza is about to leave the village. Rampage has caused a lot of damage to Mithril Mine. Bash Barza states that the things he has done can never be undone and he apologizes for his mistakes. Gran then wakes up and he wants to be held by Bash Barza. Dariel hands Gran over to Bash Barza and he tells Gran that this is his older brother Bash Barza. Gran then calls Bash Barza's name and Bash Barza thinks that he wants to atone for his crimes. Kashida cries after hearing this, and Dariel introduces Kashida to Bash Barza. Lady then wonders if Bash Barza was also trying to find his own answer.